up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. Just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Things look bad. It looks like you're not gonna make it. And you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good evening. Good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're here for Friday night 9-ball. It was looking thin in the ground as far as sign-ups go, but we're down to 2 spots available in the last 5 minutes, and there's 1 spot left now for folks to get in. We've got Bankster, Cobra, Coke, Coldest Pillow, DJ Redo, Eloquente, Larry, Mad Mitch, Popman, Preacher, Pie, Spectrodon, Stefan, Tam, and Vertical Liquid, and no Stub. Stub has bottled out. Welcome, everybody. Good evening to Mark. The news today, as I predicted last night, was the match in the 10-ball World Championships this afternoon at 2 p.m. GMT between Cobra and Christian ended up in the expected whitewash. It was 13-0 to Cobra, so Cobra now plays Bill as expected, and they are probably going to be playing tomorrow night round about 8 o'clock. Prior to that, I will be doing live stream on the league night leading up to that match, so hopefully you can join us for some of that. I think that's about it. I don't think there's any other. How long we got left? A couple of minutes left. I don't think there's anything else changed on the 10-ball schedule. Wait a minute. That's what I'm looking for. Right, let's have a quick check. There we go. So we've got the Spud Boy Hazeric match, which is Saturday at 3 p.m. We've got Bill and Cobra, which they've already arranged it now for Saturday at 8, so that wasn't on there earlier, but they have arranged it, so that's good. We've got Vince Says and Interchange X, that's at 1:30 a.m. On Sunday morning, my time. We've got One Pocket Slim and Semi-Pro on Sunday evening at 7, and then next Tuesday we've got Albinario Spectrodon, so some good matches lined up. Let's go back to Friday night 9-ball. Still 1 seat left, so that's probably it. Mr. Vader. Sounds like a gay Scot, does it? Hang on a minute. Let's see what we've got.
Right, does that sound any better? So, we're waiting to see what the draw is. Stubb has arrived in the lobby, but I don't think he's going to. I think he's bottling out because Cobra's in. Is it going to be a last minute signing up? I don't think so. No. So welcome everybody, welcome to Coldest Pillow, welcome to Mr. Deemster. Yeah, I was doing it on purpose, so we're just pretending that I didn't realise that I had a different voice. And I'm doing this on purpose as well, just to annoy Cobra. And I'm also going to do this to annoy Cobra and Steve-O, because this is quite annoying when I do this and keep talking. But when you've bought the program, you want to get use of it, don't you? Right, so the bracket will be any second. There will be one buy unless there's somebody signs up at the very last second. I would think even now they're too late. In fact, the bracket is now live. And let's look at what we've got. We've got Eloquenti Larry. Of course, this is still to refresh and put the handicaps in, which it should do once the rooms go up. And the rooms aren't up yet. That's the reason why they're not shown on the bracket. But we've got Eloquenti Larry, Bankster Coldest Pillow, Spectre Don Stefan, Pie against Popman. Well, did we watch Stefan in the first match last week and he fell apart again? Right, well, we won't be watching that tonight. We've got Pie against Popman, Coke has a bye, Preacher and Cobra, Tam and DJ Redo, Mad Mitch and Vertical Liquid. So I think we'll go and we'll watch Bankster and Coldest Pillow, because Bankster's getting last two. And Eloquenti's getting 5-ball against Larry. That's going to be dangerous. Numpty Idiot. Good evening to Semi-Pro. Aye, Klopp's leaving Liverpool. I saw that earlier on in the news today. There'll be a lot of upset Liverpool supporters. He's done well since he's been there, considering it's English Premiership, and he won the Champions League, and he got them to win the league title again. So he had his success. It's a tough league to win stuff in. Right, so the rooms are up. Let's get ourselves in. We're going into what the hell match did I say I was going into? That one. Well, the other thing is you don't know what's going on in the background. He's probably, maybe the Arabs are after him. You never know. He'll probably get a very multi-million contract or something in over in Saudi Arabia, or even in China, Japan, something like that. There's no way he's leaving for no particular reason. It'll all come out in the wash. You just got to give it time. No, Rangers and Celtic don't have any sort of money like that to entice that calibre of coach to their clubs. Right, anyway, we're underway. Excuse me, we've got Bankster getting last two. And Coldest Pillow won the lag. He's had a couple of balls. The 6 and the 8 have gone. No shot in the 1. That'll do. It'll do as a safety, but the tricky part with this, if you're trying to dunk behind that 4, this 1 ball is going to be very exposed if you don't get covered behind the 4. That was well done. And that was a good jump. Good pot. But now Bankster's got to come up with something that's going to be reasonably safe here. Well, I don't think there was a great deal of idea where that was going to end up, but that's good enough. It's a thin cut down the rail. Tried to bank. Now, Bankster's got a chance to get off the mark. Needs a good shot to start with, though. This isn't easy. And that was the problem. We didn't get into the cue ball. But he's got a little cut into the side, and that's good enough. Now, here's a question. I've lost a subscriber. I had 639. I noticed that this afternoon. I had 639 subscribers. Oh dear. But I have lost one. So who the hell was it then? I'm down to 638 now. I'm trying to get to 1,000. How many more years are going to have to wait? Oh, and that's what I forgot to do as well. Better late than never. Hang on a minute. No point in setting these up and not using them. Where is it? Oh no, I haven't added it. That's what's wrong. That's what I didn't do. I didn't add the bloody thing to my app.
Welcome to VP4TV. Tonight it's Friday Night 9-Ball with 9-Ball. Don't forget to hit that like button and bell for notifications. You are watching VP4TV. Tonight we have some matches from Friday Night 9-Ball. It is a handicapped event. Please welcome your commentator, 9ball.com Tactical Genius.
You're just jealous, semi-pro. You're all just jealous. You're all just jealous. Anyway, coldest pillow. Should be 2-0 up here. The safest route's just up into the middle of the table. That'll do. So, good enough start for coldest pillow. Bankster. Obviously the handicap's not as generous as it sometimes would be against some of the higher rated players. And this means Bankster has to do more work. That cue ball's gone. So straight away Bankster's got a chance to remedy the situation. It's that stupid voice app. That was Stub who left you, was it? Stub. Uh-oh. Well, that was careless. And we may well end up getting punished for that. Just a little... This is going to have to go twice because you've got to get the pace in the 2-ball to get it to the hole. So, you've got to cut this fairly sharpish. Yeah, it didn't cut it sharp enough. So, Bankster's turn again to redeem himself this time. Let's see if we can get the job done. That's why I have a naked photo of you on my ceiling when I go to bed. What does the wife think of that, semi-pro then? That needs to run. Well, he's heading up into the long grass here. Welcome to Blind Hog. Uh-oh. Now, has he got away with it? You never know, hang on. I think he has. He's going to have to just tweak this a little bit and not too quick. You get this quick, it ain't going to work. Got to get the pace. Yeah, that was too quick because it didn't give a chance for the cue ball to spin. So here we go again, third time lucky for Bankster, and this is still trouble because he's 2 straight in the 4. And he's overhit it, which is actually better. I don't think he wanted to be there, but that'll do. So just a little soft roll in. He'll be on the 7, but he doesn't really want to be bumping the 9. In fact, I think he can cheat the pocket here and let this spin forward and come out. So hopefully you can join us for the league night tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, depending where you are in the world. It starts at 5 PM. My team's been set since early this week. and nobody sent me any notifications that they can't make it. So it's going to be who the hell is my team this week? I've totally forgot. It's Larry. Is it Larry, Bill, and Tam? I think. And then we'll change it up next week. I don't know how I'm going to squeeze Matt in. I need to find out if he's going to be available. Because the problem with Matt is he's at 2,400, give or take a point. Oh, well, the only one to get fired was really because he couldn't be available for the team. That was Maisie Dizzle. He's not willing to spend any money to add to his funds, so he was just a waste of space sitting as part of the team. So he got booted out last week, and Matt MC Clarkey is in his place. But I've got to be careful how I add Matt to the team. I need to know when he's available, and then of course I've got to mix the numbers up properly so we can qualify with a team. The coldest pillow keeps the gap. 3 racks to 1. 7 ball goes in. No shot in the 1. Now this is, well, I don't think he's got a shot in the 1. Say that, he doesn't. So just a very thin feather in this 1 ball. And that 6 ball will come into play. That's good enough. I mean, there are people that would jump this bill, to name a few, and try and cut that 1 in at that distance. Well, that might go. That's well done. The problem is that it's going to mean that I'll have to play more to get Matt in, more than likely, or mix it with Coldest Pillow and Tam. So I'll chop and change them around and see what it looks like, as long as it makes the numbers. But I can't do that until I know if everybody's going to be available next week. Oh, I didn't hit it. I think you can. Yeah, you can just chip the edge, come down. Oh, see, that's a mistake a lot of people make. You see how far that 4 ball is in the pocket, and if you try and chip it, you can easily get around the 2 jaws and miss the 4 completely. I've done that plenty of times. Well, Bankster's played it ultra safe. I mean, I don't think that was a wise move. I think he should have got himself down the table a bit. Left this a lot tougher than it should be, and that's what happens when you leave it a lot tougher than it should be. You miss it. How's the bump? That'll do. Now, is the side pocket out of line here? Let's have a look. He's fine. No, he hasn't potted the 6. And that's going to go safe. So Coldest Pillow getting a lucky roll there. But really, there's far too many opportunities being given away. I have a picture of Stubbs' legs on my wall too. I think there's a wee bit touch of a bit of touch of perversion about semi-pro. He's letting a lot of stuff out of the bag tonight. He's got a few fetishes going. Stubbs' legs, my head, Steve's body. Definitely a bit of the weirdo about him. Well, here we go again. Is this rack ever going to finish? And that's no good either. That's 2 feet short of where it should be, because this 8 ball looks fairly tight. It's not nailed to the rail, but you've got to get this sweep. And again, if he'd been up the table at a proper position, he would never have missed that. So it must be over this time. Got to be done here. We could be here for an hour at the way this is going. So, back to within 1. Baxter breaking. I think it's dry, is it? Never heard anything going. No. That almost tried to leak behind the 4 there. It was always heading that direction, but he's done well to stay on that. But again, he's left it in bedhead territory. He needed to come back. Again, he had another 1.5 feet to spare there coming back. And that's overcut. So the mistakes are thick and fast in this match. But look at this. Well, Bankster has to... Well, he's not trying that. He's not trying to jump cue with that. Who's he trying to kid on? No way on earth is he jumping that. No, he's back with the play cue. I don't like that line he's taking for a start. Maybe it's my eyes, but yeah. Oh dear, the yawning started. Oh. Well, I ordered a big, a large beef burger from the local Indian. Come with chips, with fries. What else did I get? A portion of chicken nuggets with it as well. And I devoured that about an hour ago. And now it's sleepy time kicking in. And it was lovely, so it was. Yeah, Steve will be out in the golf course again. It's Friday. 6 ball hanging this time. So these, I keep saying, these are like the trickiest shots to play. Trying to get out of that corner and judge the pace to get out in the 7. And you can see the problem it causes. Cold as Pillow's the one with the problem now. Not a difficult hit. And he could even kick this in. And he's going to get lucky again, I think. I think he has. Now, Bankster, you'd expect him to jump that and pot it. And he'll be in the 8 ball. Loads of room over the edge of the 8, so just about making sure you keep a line. Yeah. We're going to be all square here. Well, there's been far too many mistakes for Coldest Pillow. And he's just allowing Bankster to stay in touch. And he might regret that at the end of the day. Well, balls have gone this time. The cue ball might be one of them. It's gone. So immediately Bankster returns the favour. Have a free go. Coldest pillow, see what you can do. Well, we're due, don't forget, we're due an update for VP4 as well. Whenever he works out what things he's broken. I might recover. This is just a reaction to the food. Every time I have, when I have my big meal, I need to have a nap. I'll get through this, I think. 72 degrees. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We won't see 72 degrees here in Scotland until sometime in maybe mid-June or July. We will not see 72 degrees, I can assure you. That'll be our one day of summer that we get. I think it's about 5 or 6 degrees here at the moment. What's that? Let me have a look. Let's go to the Met Office app, see what it said. No, but actually, temperature's gone up. It was about 5 degrees in the middle of the afternoon, but it's actually it's got a bit milder. Cloudy, bit dry, according to the forecast. Let me give you the temperature in Yakutsk, which is well, it's snowing there, and it's a very balmy -27. They're warming up now, of course, because the days are getting longer. And it's actually colder in Barrow, right up at the very top of Alaska in the United States. It's -29 there at the moment. But they're actually beginning to warm up, believe it or not. So, Coldest Pillows got the lead, but not for long. Yeah, that 8 degrees Celsius at the moment here is something like 46 Fahrenheit, I think. It's round about that. Give or take a Fahrenheit or so. What's the cue ball? It's gone south again. So ball in hand for Bankster. And now this is a wee bit tricky. As far as I know, Semi-Pro, you were the only one that was playing Valheim. You were the only one that mentioned that they'd had it. Well, Eloquenti's done for Larry with a handicap. What was he getting? He was getting the 5 ball, which is... In fact, this thing hasn't even updated yet. He was getting the 5 ball, so clearly he's capable of potting enough balls to get to that 5 ball, and he's took out Larry with it. Welcome to Run Out Rob. Good afternoon. Now, this is All he wants to do is just stun this in and come back 2 inches. That's all he wants to do, really. That's all he has to do. That's good enough. Another inch and he'd have been staring right down that 8 ball. Oh, I forgot he's getting last 2. No, Bankster's break again looks dry. Now, does that 1 ball cut from there? Yes, it does. Now, this is just the wrong angle in this too. Just slightly, but he's held it well. Now, that wasn't great. That was pretty poor. Wanted to get out right out of the way of that 5 ball. And suddenly life is a lot more difficult doing this. And that 4's going to bounce across. Is it coming far enough? Well, not really. I mean, it will cut, but you've no idea if you're going to be on the 5 at all here with this shot. Inspector Don takes out Stefan. And that's a decent enough safety from Bankster. Now, the line, I think, is just on the middle diamond up the table. He's trying to spin that round to catch it, but I think there was a line there. Get this to work. I think there was a line there just to come down. Big target to hit that 4 from up and down the table. I'm surprised he didn't do that. He had a chance of potting it doing that. Now, is that Potman won by forfeit? That pie guy was in the lobby taking the piss out of Stub earlier on before I went for my dinner. So obviously he's a no-show then, or he's quit mid-match. I don't know. I presume he just hasn't shown up. Now, this is going to get ugly. And this is difficult to keep this cue ball on the table. But he's played it well. So we should be 5 apiece. I don't know what it was last night, but I just could not get to sleep. I must have lay there for about an hour and a half last night. I just couldn't get to sleep. And so at the end of it all, I think I had maximum 4 hours sleep last night. So push out played. Now, if you miss the 8 ball with the edge of this 1, if you go off the right edge of the 1, miss the 8 ball, you can cross the table twice here and use that 4 and 9 if you can. That would be a sort of line I'd be looking at. He's trying to nip up the table that way. Well, it doesn't get the cover. Now, the billiard is definitely on. The 1 will be running all over the place, but the billiard onto the 2 ball looks a gimme from here. And maybe that's what he tried, but I think he got into it too much. Watch the 1, why do I keep calling it? It is the 1 ball, isn't it? I was going to call it the yellow ball. Oh, good evening to Slim. It'll install no problem onto Windows 7, Slim. That, I mean, when Windows 10 came out, that was the first thing I did. I downloaded it, installed it, and it worked fine. The only thing is, it will take about probably 2 hours to get it installed. And then let me know if you want it to look like Windows 7. Because then you need a little software download that with the touch of a button you can have it looking identical to Windows 7. You don't have to use the Windows 10 crap the way that Windows 10's laid out. Well done to Tam. He's taken out GJ Readout, 7 racks to 2. Cobra's gone through 7-2 as well against Preacher. What is it you call it again? Somebody remind me, what's it called? What's that program I use? It's just a little download, and then you hit a button and choose it to look like Windows 7, and that's it. You never need to touch it again. What the hell's it called? Oh God. Oh shit. That's me annoyed now. I'll try and remember that all night. Right. Well, see, once you've installed it, I know you won't want to mess. See, I didn't like the interface for Windows 10, and the first thing I did was Google how do I make Windows 10 look like Windows 7, and it immediately showed me the link to the program I downloaded, but I just can't remember the name of it right now. I never can. Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to tab out for a second. Are you still there, Slim? What you need to do is Google Classic Shell. That 2 separate words, CLASSIC, and then shell as in a shell you find in the beach, SH, or as in the oil company. Classic Shell. Download that. It's only like a few kilobytes, and believe me, you'll be up and running with Windows 10 looking like Windows 7, and you won't even know that you've got Windows 10 installed. That's the one thing you want to do. You don't want to piss about with the Windows 10 panels and all of that garbage. It's annoying. And then you can easily find your way about again. Saves you a lot of hassle. Classic Shell. Anybody who's got Windows 10 or even Windows 11, I believe, it'll probably work on that. You just download Classic Shell, get it back to looking at Windows 7, and then you're laughing. You don't have to mess about with a shitty layout that they've got. I just get totally confused with it. But I guarantee that Classic Shell's probably been updated to fix Windows 11 as well. Well, you're not going to wreck your PC update to Windows 10. And needless to say, you've no need to worry about upgrading to Windows 11 because your PC won't be compatible. Welcome to Tam. Well, you going all the way tonight, Tam? Are you warming up for tomorrow? Good win to start with. It's probably bad news as to who you're going to end up with next. Oh no! I mean, it's 3 apiece between Vertical, Liquid, Mad Mitch. You've given me a good chance for either of those two, I would think. I'd be more concerned about what will happen if I win my next match because you're. Well, look, Cobra's up against it. He's given 6 and out against Coke, so you never know. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Deanster. That's exactly the reason. I just wanted it to look like Windows 7, and I've got my, my start button in the bottom. Just, as I say, you haven't any inkling that you're on Windows 10. Just exactly like Windows 7. And then you don't have to learn anything because you're so used to what you've had before. If you've had Windows 7 since it came out, then Windows 10 will look exactly the same as long as you install Classic Shell. So we've got Bankster on the hill here, but we've got Coldest Pillow about to roll this 7-ball in and come right out into the table because he's got an angle to go to the rail and come right out. And he's doing the drawaway. He should just let that run forward. Now he's a mile away from the 8-ball. And this isn't a guarantee. Maybe he's going to go high enough. This is almost similar to the shot that Bill and MC Clarkey missed last week. But in it goes, so we're going all the way. Well, how many updates and patches has Windows 10 had? It won't be long before they stop support on it, but I won't be changing to anything just for the sake of getting Windows 11 crap. Well, there's a good angle, but there's a good distance as well in this 2-ball. Let's see if Coldest Pillow can judge the pace. Well, that brush in the 7 will come in handy. Very handy. Now you can stun past that 7, or if you don't want to be running the cue ball, you can just come back the way I think. Just letting it run. It needs to keep going. It's a rip-off telling you that your PC is not compatible with Windows 11. That's a load of crap. But then again, I wouldn't go on YouTube and do any of the things that the guys are telling you on YouTube. There's loads of videos with guys telling you how to install Windows 11 on a Windows 10 PC that they're telling you isn't compatible. I wouldn't advise it, and I'm certainly not interested in trying anything like that. Because every time they update Windows 11, you're probably humped with the version that you've got, and you have to go through the rigmarole again. So Coldest Pillow falls over the line by 7 racks to 6, and Stubbs ranting away in the lobby. Let's have a look at the bracket now. So we've got round 2 matches either underway or about to go underway. We've got Ella 20 and Coldest Pillow. They're going to start. We've got Spectre Dawn giving the 7-ball to Popman. Spectre Dawn's already 2-0 up. You've got Coke and Cobra off and running, and you've got Tam still waiting on. Then this match looks as if it's going to take the best part of an hour the way they're going. It's only 4-3 here to Vertical Liquid, and we're already 40 minutes into the tournament. So I think what we'll do is we'll go in and have a look at the 2 C's, Coke and Cobra. I wouldn't. You talked about that first match. I wouldn't say that was a good game to watch. Far too many mistakes. Well, talking of mistakes, I've jinxed Cobra as soon as I've come in the room, and you are my witnesses. Cobra's fallen apart like a cheap suit, and it's a gift of a start for Coke. My magic is there are no bounds to my jinxing capabilities. Right, there's bound to have been a couple of money balls in there. Yeah, 2 of them, the 6 and the 8's gone in. No shot though for Coke or Nigel Farage, whatever you want to call him. That looks good. It's going to go the wrong side though. The end result's not bad. Well, if you've got the touch with your mouse, you can have Cobra in a lot of trouble here. Just a little dink and a brush off that 1 and brush past the 9. Just a little soft dink. Just like that. That's not soft enough though. Not soft enough. So Cobra's going to be the one with the problem in dealing with this 6 ball, but if he can get good in the 5, and that's probably easier said than done. It all depends on how good he's going to be in this 3. Let's have a look. He's a bit too much in the 3, bit too high an angle for comfort's sake. Now, I don't believe he wants to be running into these 2 balls here and hoping he gets on the 5. Well, he may well do if he hasn't, if he hasn't played online an awful long time. I've never seen the name before. So we're about to find out how good he is because he's on the 3 ball. He's going to have a similar problem. His money ball is the 6 ball, and he's going to have to do something to break that out. Well, this might get a nice little brush. Now, well, I think the best he's going to get, and even that's a tight squeeze, is to get a bank on that 6 ball. He could try running forward and getting a little kiss onto something here. Well, I think he needed to change the line of the cue ball there and hit that with a lot more power. Oh yes, there is. Yeah, I'm sure there's well, bear in mind that VP4 has been cracked that many times that there's loads of people out there with dodgy versions of VP4 where they're just playing offline all the time and playing with tracking lines on and playing the game the way they want to play it. Well, that should be Coke's one and only big mistake in this rack. I very, very rarely play offline. So Cobra's going to redeem himself for that mistake in the first rack. Get it squared up, see if he can get his break working. I was watching I don't know, was it on YouTube or was it Facebook? It popped up. I was watching a video, I think it was YouTube, and there's a guy who has a pet alligator. This is only a young alligator. I mean, it's probably about 5 foot long. This thing, and he's got it in the swimming pool at home, and all the kids are playing with it. I swear to God, they're all taking up. They're taking turns at holding this alligator or crocodile, whatever the hell it was, and this thing could snap the head off at if it had a mean to do it. And the guy says, no, it's very, very passive, and all the kids are all messing about in the pool, and this thing's swimming about, and they're lifting it up, and just with a blink of an eye, it could turn and snap their face off. He's taking a bloody big risk with that. I mean, all they need to do is do something wrong and annoy the thing, and it'll bloody snap your head off. Good evening to Brain Pull Out. Now, if you'd got here earlier, Brain Pull Out, you could have gone in this thing and made up the 16 for one shot. Stubb bottled out, but he bottled out because Cobra's in it. He just doesn't want to admit that in public. Now, what do you make of that nutter in the news? That was yesterday, wasn't it? This guy who is paranoid schizophrenic, from what I can remember from the news report, he'd been sectioned at least 4 times, which is where they put you away because you could be harmful not only to yourself but to other people. I mean, this guy is out of his head. He's got paranoid schizophrenia, so he's got voices in his head telling him to do things, and he's walking the streets. And the bastard murders 3 people, tries to kill another 3 people by running them over, and all they do with him is lock him away in a secure hospital. If I was an inmate in one of those places, I'd be worried about my own bloody well-being, even though most of them are nuts as well, the people that he's in with. I mean, and this is a guy who, they were all aware that he was crazy, and he's out walking the streets. That's how dumb this country is. Well, they always say that when it's too late and he's killed 3 people. I mean, people like that, just, lock them away. And this is where miscarriages of justice are the thing that they've regretted in this country, because there's people went to the scaffold and they were innocent. I'll tell you, I'm all in favour of bringing back hanging. I've no doubt about it. But I'll tell you something. I would be gladly the person to pull the switch. So I would, with some of these nutcases going about. Because first of all, they're draining our resources. They're costing the taxpayer money to look after these idiots. It's costing thousands of pounds a year to feed them and clothe them and keep a roof over their head in a prison, when it's a lot cheaper just to have done with them and bury them and get rid of them, take them out of society. I think there'd be a lot of people at Sutcliffe wouldn't have been about if I had my say. People like them, get them done and get them hung and get rid of them. No more messing about. all these pacifists saying it's a cruel thing, you know, but people like that shouldn't be allowed to exist. And that guy there that I was talking about, he should have went to the bloody block. Don't care how fucking crazy he is, he should have been bloody hung. That other I mean, those two that murdered that programme that was on the telly the other day, what do you call it? Those two that murdered that young kid. He's only 2 years old, and they kidnap him from his mother in the shopping centre, and then they go and throw bricks at him and kick the shit out of the poor kid. The two of them were only 10 years old at the time. So they've had their identities changed. They still walk the streets, and one of them was already put back in prison for having porn. I think they had child porn on the computer as well. And I think one of them was breaching their parole rules. They killed that wee boy. And then I had to laugh at the reenactment of some of the trial where they said, do you understand what's right and wrong? If you're 10-year-old, you know what's right and wrong. If you kidnap a little kid and you start beating the shit out of the little kid with a metal bar and throwing bricks at it, you know what's right and wrong. I mean, they're two crazed kids at 10 years old. Then they only grow up to be bloody the same type of person, unless they find an excuse and say they've found religion or something like that. Well, Inspector Don's on a mission again tonight. Hawkman's been taken out. 7 racks to 3. Cobra trying to regain the lead here. Vertical Liquid has taken out Mad Mitch, so Tam's now got his next opponent. And then I see there was all that fuss made about the guy that the guy in the States had done him in with nitrogen gas. But seemingly there was a bit of controversy about how the law had changed slightly. That he probably shouldn't have been gassed, but it was I can't remember, but it was too late for him. There was something changed in the law. I'm just all for getting rid of these people. They're just no good. They're no good in society. And they're always a danger. I don't care what any psychiatrist says. I mean, psychiatrists say, "Oh, well, we've done extensive tests and all of that, and he's been rehabilitated and all of this crap." And then they go out, what's the first thing they do? Go out and murder somebody else. I wouldn't like to be a psychiatrist that come out with a statement like that and then they go and do something. You know, you're putting your neck in the line saying stuff like that. Well, this is a good bank, this 5-ball. Tell a lie, I forgot he was in the 4-ball. Big pocket, that side pocket there with the 6. Didn't cut it enough. Well, I think Coke's going to find out what it's like when you make one mistake in a rack against Cobra. You generally don't get another chance to make a mistake. You've got to put them away. Cobra, I think, can just dink back off this, even though he's inside the 6. I think he can just dink back. I mean, he might want to run forward and run out, whatever he's more comfortable with. If he didn't think he could come back comfortable, but around the left-hand side of the 8 ball, he should be good to go. That was did he not? That was the other thing, Larry. I'm glad you said that. Did they not fail to kill him the first time round or something? What the hell happened there? How the hell can they fail to kill him? I remember seeing that in the news as well. He survived. He survived the first one. Oh dear! What they don't give it a second go? I mean, oh dear, their Cobra's making mistakes again. And happy birthday to Coke. Yeah, I thought they would just sit. The doctor would sit there until they've confirmed that he's dead. Or this guy's not dead yet. He's still got a heartbeat. Well, give him another injection or whatever the hell it was. And what's the point in having a lethal injection that's less effective? I mean, come on, how crazy is that? Aye, well, we administered the lethal injection. We found out it wasn't lethal enough, so we're letting them off the hook for another year or two. Well, most of them have been, haven't they? They usually let them hang around there and put in all their appeals and all of that stuff. But, yeah, well, second time unlucky for him then. Well, Cobra's been let out of jail there. Mitch couldn't get the job done with that free gift that Cobra gave him. I think that's right. So, this might be too straight as well in this one ball. It is. Yeah, this is tricky to get on the 1, but I mean, if we can just think, not the 1, on the 2, if you just think back, he's got the 2-9 combo, but how confident is he just to dink this back far enough? He's too low in the cue ball for a start. If he does this too much, he's going to go like that and do something silly like that. See, that's not utilising the stun draw where you're comfortable. You just hit it with a bit more pace and it dinks back into a reasonable line where you've got a shot in that 2-9. So that's a shot that Coke needs to work on. If he worked on that, he wouldn't have been digging as deep in the cue ball, which means that you're juicing it up too much and you're going to spin back too far. And now he's getting himself out of line. Got to work in that stun draw. A lot more controllable. Not that you want to be drawing the ball all the time. That I'll guarantee he'd have been far better on that 2-9 combo than he would have if he'd just played the sort of deep draw like that and tried to control it. And he's still not good, and sooner or later you think this is going to break down. He's going for the bank. In fact, he's trying to cut bank onto the 9, I think. Watch the cue ball in this bottom left-hand corner pocket. And he's got it. So that was well done. So he's back within 1. Still very dangerous with 6 and out. And Larry survived. He's just survived against Bankster. Final rack decider. Colt's got the 2 ball down. No shot in the 1. Now I'd be running up to that top left-hand corner and leaving the gap on the 8 and 6 for Cobra to have a look at. That's where I'd be going. Because the one will pot, but it's a tough pot from that corner up there, and the chances are you might be put back in. But see this. This is absolutely no good whatsoever, because guess what's going to happen here? I mean, that is just hopeless. I mean, that is such a poor choice of shot. I mean, what he should have done, he should have stuck that cue ball up there in the corner, left the one ball and show, and, you know, if Cobra's going to pot it, and he's a very good pot to pot it, but to do what he done was useless. Worst push out of the night so far from anybody. Well, Pie says brutal. In fact, well, there's Pie turned up. What the hell? Is he back? Is he back for his lost side match now, I wonder? That's pretty good. Going to be in the same trouble again, though. He's going to be exactly the same trouble. Because this will go through the gap, I think, this one ball. Or will it? Yes, it does. Yeah, that's fine. He should be stuck in the 6. Oh dear, did he play that now, I wonder? Did Cobra play that one ball into the side? I bet he's glad he didn't nail that to the 6, or he wouldn't have had a shot in the 3. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It could have been a two-way shot, but straight away, though, he's ballsed up the 3 ball and fluked to 5. How jammy is this? What a jammy get. I think he checked it up with a bit of right English there when it went around the corner. And the reason he done that is so that it didn't open out and head over towards the 6 and 8 ball there. Now, does he let this run forward, or does he dig in? He's letting it run forward. Missing the 9 ball, he's perfect. And he's going to have the 2 rack gap again. And Larry's, well, it's not often you hear Larry complaining. Larry's not getting any luck. I think you should just be glad that you're still in the tournament, Larry. coming through against Baxter. You never know. I mean, you look at Bill. You know, Bill can't believe he's still in the 10 ball tournament. He might go on and win the damn thing now after falling over the line against Matt. But of course, he's going to have to take out Cobra. And I wouldn't put it past him to do it. So, I think one ball went in. I don't know what ball it was. Was it a 7? Oh no, it was the 8 ball. One of Coke's money balls. And Cobra should be sending this one ball up the table. He should be cutting it to the rail and sending it up towards the 8 and 5. And just bringing the cue ball back, just like that. Could have done with running a bit more to make it more awkward. Okay, he's got cover, but this isn't a difficult hit, just to jump over that edge of the 7. Now, how's his luck? It's not going to be very good, I'm afraid. So Cobra's got a nice angle on the 1. Just needs to dink it in, come up past the 8 ball. He's got the 2 ball into bottom right. Eloquenti's taking down Coldest Pillow. Coldest Pillow's going to have to work hard tonight. So 2, 3 and 4, not a problem. 4 ball then he'll be off the side rail out into the table for the 5 into the same pocket, I would think. He could possibly maybe want to leave the 5 into the right side pocket here so that he can get the 6 either into that right side pocket or up table. Well, you're going to find that out more the more league matches you play, Cold as Pillow. Oh, hang on, what's he done here? Is he okay? I think he is just okay, yeah. Wait till you play Bobby Barris and he's getting 5 and out. Right, so now is he going to play? I don't think he can do anything else. Hang on a minute. Is he going to play for the bump in the 7? Might end up playing this 6 long. No, he's had the spin off it. So ideally, I'd want to dig into this a wee bit, just because I don't want to be running down. I would like even to come round behind the 8 ball. It looks as if he's just going to run the rail, but yeah, now he is digging in. I don't like the line it's taken off that, and he's done, but that's a shot I would have played right there, just to come around behind the 8. And this is dead easy, because all you're doing is just cutting that in, judging the pace to the side pocket, and you've got a straight in 8 ball. You don't want it to be straight though, but you want some sort of angle. And that's going to be good enough. He can still run forward, check it to come up into the table. He could even just bunt it with a bit of right English if he wants. He didn't need any left because he didn't want to run into the 9. So Cobra's going to be in the hill. Is that a FA Cup match, or is it a Premiership match? And Cobra's got no shot. The 1 ball has gone in. Well, I think you can only either push forward that 5 ball or just go to the short reel down in the bottom here. Is it? It's not in the BBC, is it? Is it in the BBC? Because it'll be on the iPlayer. Oh, it's ITV, is it? Well, I've got ITVX on my phone. I'll put that on. FA Cup Live. You're right enough. That's what immediately popped up when I went to ITVX. Right, let's go live. ITV2. Oh no, I need to go to STV Player. It doesn't do ITV1 on the ITVX up here. I have to go to STV Player. Hold on. In fact, the question is, are they showing it in STV up here? The bastards probably aren't. They're probably showing some other shit, maybe a film or something. Let me have a look. Where's STV Player? There it is. Let's go channels. Oh, aye, they are. They're showing it up here. That's good. It's only like 9 minutes started. Meanwhile, Cobra with a testy pot in the 2. Held it well for the 3. So forward to the rail, back out. Is that the 4 ball that's up table? I think it is. It's up the top right. So He'll have a good angle there just to nip back down for the 5. Now, he wants the angle where he's, again, not interfering with this 7 ball, so he's got to come right down the table here. He's fine. I think he can avoid that. I think he can. A wee bit of right on the cue ball, just to send it towards the long rail. That's perfect. So now the make or break shot. He's got enough of an angle that he can punch this right through. Again, with right English to get around the corner and come down this line. Down to where the donut is, something like that. And the angle is perfect for a little dink. One of these little dinky drag cut shots. That's what I'd be doing. Just a draggy one. He's just playing top. I like doing the little dinky draggy ones. And it's good night to the one lost side for Coldest Pillow. Eloquenti's taking them down. Or was that a result I've just missed? That just happened just now. So Cobra survives. 7 racks to 3. Right, let's have a catch up, because things have been happening. So, as we saw there, Eloquenti's now, in fact, that's a result that came through. That just caught my eye twice. They're already playing their match in round 3. That shows you I'm half asleep. And I'm trying to watch the football at the same time. Right, so it's one apiece with Eloquenti and Spectre Dawn. Cobra is waiting on the winner of Tam and Vertical Liquid. So Cobra's going to have a little wait, but Tam's up 3-1 at the moment. So we're going to nip in and catch up with Eloquenti and Spectre Dawn. Yeah, I don't remember what I've said 10 minutes ago. Tell you something, this pitch looks bloody gorgeous, so it does. That football pitch, it looks beautiful. I mean, modern football pitches are night and day compared to what you think about what that pitch would look like if you were old enough. If you're old enough like me, if this was back in the mid-70s, at this time of the season, that 18-yard box would be like a ploughed field. There'd be little or no grass on it. There'd be potholes all over the pitch. It looked nothing like this. I mean, that's like a carpet, so it is. It really is a beautiful pitch. The groundsman's done a great job on it. Look at the cut in that grass as well. It must be great to play in that sort of surface. I mean, it's like bloody centre court at Wimbledon, so it is. Meanwhile, Spectre Dawn is going to regain the lead. Now, of course, it's all about whether Eloquenti is going to get enough opportunities and whether he's going to be taking them. I'm watching a football match, Blind Hog, that I was informed by one of my viewers was on the TV, an English FA Cup match between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City. Well, the football season over here, Larry, how many matches do they play in the Premiership? Is it 36 matches they play? Or something like that. It's 36, I think, they play the Scottish Premiership. It usually starts in August, and it runs all the way through to about May the next year. That's generally the football season. And in amongst all of that lot, though, you've got all the cup matches, And then you've got European matches as well. As soon as you notice how as soon as I came into that room there, Cobra, when I first arrived, you promptly missed a shot. As soon as I came in, he bottles it. Yeah, you really are playing shite. You've just won 7-3. You've just had a 13-0 win this afternoon, so you're definitely playing shite. Just keep telling yourself that. You might end up playing shite. Oh, you must have felt my presence when I came into that room. Look at that 9-ball there. It did everything but go into the pocket. Now, he should be just doing a little bunt back here to chip the 9 off that 4. He didn't want to draw too much the other way because he could follow it in. Oh shit, I forgot about the 3-ball. I'm too busy looking. Is that the 4-ball that's up there? I'm too busy looking at the 4-ball thinking he was going to drop the 4 to the 9, but I forgot the 3-ball's on the table. I'm trying to do 3 things at once now. I'm trying to keep an eye on the football, keep an eye on the table, and keep an eye on the chat. And with that 9-ball sitting there, Spectre Don naturally took the opportunity. Hotman survived. He's gone through against Preacher, and Mad Mitch has taken out EJ Reader with the same score, 4-2. Now look at the 9-ball again. It's got in this time. It comes back up. Now, when you say you can never get your view right, Cobra, you're not telling me that you've not got your Zoom saved. Don't tell me you're a numpty and you've never actually saved your Zoom. That's the one thing that everybody should do. Well, there's the former Celtic manager Ange Postecoglou on camera there. The manager of Tottenham. Now, again, anybody who wants to save their Zoom so that they can reset their Zoom at any time, you go to my YouTube channel, and when you're on my main page on YouTube, the little magnifying glass window, you type in save Zoom, and that'll find that video, and then follow the instruction. So you can always have your Zoom saved to a default Zoom that you prefer. That way you're starting from a good basis each time. Naturally, you can zoom out and whatever, but it's always good to have a good default zoom that you're used to all the time. Respected on, I think can miss the 8-ball here. But is that the 4-ball that's up there? Well, he just used a little. What the hell ball's that? I can't see that from here. Oh, that's a 6. Oh, hang on a minute. I think he's okay, aye. But that isn't okay. That's not what he wanted to be, because this is a tricky cut. And he's just got to go, I think, the 1 rail just to come over past the 9. That was a good shot. Well, I wonder who's going to be in the firing line for the Liverpool job then come the end of the season. I wonder who they're going to be looking out for. So far, so good for Spectre Dawn. 4-1 lead. But things can change very quickly if Eloquente has got any ability that he's going to take advantage of a snip of a chance if he gets it. Well, he didn't even contemplate a push out there. And I think Eloquente wants to get this over as quickly as possible. Whatever he's thinking, because he never really come up with much constructiveness there. No, they don't, Larry. The summer is usually the time that they're away. Well, to tell you the truth, yes, they do play football in the summer because they might have a couple of weeks off at the end of the season, but then they end up going on a tour. They'll play friendly matches. They'll go to whatever country it might be, and they'll maybe play in a mini tournament or something. You get a lot of big clubs doing that at the close season. But of course, we've got the European Championships coming up this summer. So a lot of the players that are in the English Premiership, bearing in mind there's a lot of imported players from abroad, many of them will be committed to their international teams if they've qualified for the European Championship. So they'll be playing all through the summer. That'll be like almost a month's worth of football with that championship when it's running. And Scotland will be there. They'll play 3 matches and then they'll be home. Because they've never qualified for any later stage of any tournament they've ever been in. But at least they're there. So this should be guaranteed on the 3 ball. And then, of course, after this summer, it's another 2 years until the next World Cup. So once the new season starts, and then in a few months further down the line, you've then got World Cup qualification tournament going on. So it's football. But mind you, when you consider the amount of money that some of those guys are getting paid, it's about time they earn the millions they get paid. Well, Scotland have done great in qualifying for the event. It's always great that they get to go there and the fans get to go away for a couple of weeks. It's extremely unlikely that they'll actually get out of their group. That would be a major achievement if they managed to do that and got to the knockout stages. But anything is a bonus for them. The supporters will go there to have a good time, and they will have a good time. And where's it getting played again? That's another thing I've totally forgotten. Where's the European Champion? Are they getting held in Germany? Something tells me they're getting held in Germany, but I might be completely wrong. Or is it France? Anybody know where they're actually being held? Somebody find out, please. I've totally forgotten. Germany. See, that's brilliant. You think about it. 30,000 Scots all going to Germany. Just think how much the Germans are going to make out of beer money when the Scots arrive. Big flagons, big litre flagons of German lager. They'll drink them dry, so they will. They're going to have a party, I can assure you. That's a great little shot there by Spectre Dawn. Now, let's have a look at the 4 ball. It does go. Now, there is a chance here to get a nudge. Oh, he's going to skim behind it. Well, it goes into the side. It's a tough one. He might as well have a go at it, but if he misses it, which he hasn't, he might be hooked. Which he is. Because the good news is that he's potted the 5, so that's Eloquente's money ball gone. And even if he does get a shot, he's going to have to run all of these to get a rack in the board, and that's going to fluke, I think. Is it going to stay there? No, not quite. So here we go. Let's see if we can at least get another rack in the board. And that's running too much. That's not where he wants to be. That's exactly it. When the Scots are there, at least it'll be a spectacle. They'll all be there in all the rigmarole, all the outfits. And of course, the English will be there looking to goad people into a fight, because the arseholes will follow along with them. There'll be the usual mob looking to get into bother. And of course, that's what makes the headlines. Well, this match is all but over, you would tend to think. And now, is that Tam that's survived there? Yes, it is. Good win for Tam by 7 racks to 1 against Vertical Liquid. Now, that's the good news. The bad news for Tam is that he's now playing Cobra, and he's getting 7 and out. Well, we're just marking time here in this rack till Cobra gets out. Now, is he going to come behind the 6? What angles he got? Yeah, out behind. My little FPS display that shows in the middle of the screen, you guys don't see that, but I'm looking at it, and it's fluctuating between 59, 62, 61, 60, 61. So the frame rate is good. So a comfortable win for Spectre Dawn, given the 5 ball. Eloquente never got a sniff, really. So we need another catch up here. We've got Spectre Dawn now sitting in the hot seat match, waiting to see who he's going to play to get in the final. So Tam is up against Cobra. Let's have a look at the 1 loss side. Larry is just about starting with Vertical Liquid. Popman has gone through against Preacher. We've got Mad Mitch up against Coldest Pillow. They're 1 rack apiece. So let's go in and see if we can jinx Cobra. So first blood to Cobra on Tam's break, that was. Still 0-0 in the Tottenham Man City match. There's the pattern with the 3 balls. So a ball has gone down, I think. Has it? Yeah, it was. I think the 8 ball. The 8 balls come back up. That's Tam's money ball, or one of them. So it's come back up. But that pattern hasn't been fixed, regardless of what Steve did. The pattern is still there. It's appearing far too many times. It should never be like that. Well, that nudge that he's just done there, that's opened up the pot for the 5 ball. But the problem is he's nudged the 8 ball as a major blocker of that pocket. There's barely half a pocket showing there, so this is not quite going to be as simple as it might look. So he's trying to get down below it for the side pocket, and that's well played. Now, a little stab in and a dig back for the 6 up the table. Or is he going to try and run through and up top for the 6 onto the 8? Yeah, he is. He's doing a little dig back here. And probably the same for the 7 at the side. Just a little punch up the table, little dig back. Now, if he comes back too far, he's got the 7 up the table. So this is a sort of two-way shot here. If he overhits it, he should be fine. So this will be 2-0. Well, we've not seen Tam at the table yet to see whether he's going to be getting an opportunity. I'm sure he'll get a chance at some point. Then again, he might not be getting much in this rack either. His money ball went down again and it's come back up. So that's twice in a row the 8 ball's gone in the break. And the table is extremely good for Cobra. Now, what's happened to the referee here? What's this lassie out doing to him? Is his battery run out or something? Or his intercom system, I think, went pear-shaped, and she's fixing him up. That'll be more time onto the bloody clock at half time. The AA batteries. Well, this is how frustrating 9 ball can be when you're up against one of the strongest players in the game. You're going to get a chance at some point, and it puts even more emphasis on your ability to take that chance. So it looks like prior to our arrival, Tam, I think, did he break off and then Cobra just cleared up? So that's basically all that's happened since we've arrived in the room. No, just be patient, Tam. You'll get a chance. Just don't do anything numptyish. You will get an opportunity at some point, I would think. So 3-0 to Cobra. Let's see if the 8 ball goes again. Not this time. Well, you never know. But Cobra has had a ball, the 4 ball's gone, and the bad news for Tam is it's going to be 4-0. I'm sorry. I'm just the bearer of bad news for you, Tam. It's going to be 4-0. There's no other way to break the news to you. Oh, he's maybe overcooked that a wee bit, has he? Yeah, just slightly. Well, there's nothing you can do but be ready if you get a chance. And there's your chance. Now, let's have a look at what he's got here. Now, it doesn't go past the 7. Cold as Pillow survives another match to one loss side, 4-1 against Mad Mitch. Now, that needs to stop. You're going to be hooked. Well, that was your chance. Well, the advice there, Tam, is don't do what you've just done. So good hit, but no lucky roll. Well, there's a wee bit of a cutback, but it really shouldn't be a problem. And Pi has shown up for his match on the one loss side. He's beaten Colt in a final rack. This might be a wee bit straight. Well, there is an angle, so you can actually force this through with a bit of spin. Bit of top left, just like that. Get it running around the angles. And the more he opens this up, the simpler it is just to drop the 7 in dead weight. So, in these first 4 racks, we've seen Tam play 1 shot. Or was it 2 shots? I can't remember. It wasn't at the table long enough for me to add up. Oh, good solid break. Ball goes in. No. Well, this is one of these easy shots that Steve talks about. And I think he'll just be punching this up the table and dinking behind the 2. Seems the logical shot, just coming back, using that 2 ball. So it gives enough room for Tam to jump this. But he knows that if he leaves a snip of this 1 ball, that's probably another rack going south. Yeah, you potted one, then you hooked yourself, aye. So 2 shots you've had. I'm doing my best to put Cobra off. Come in. Well, the only thing now for Tam is to avoid the bagel. The bad news for Tam is Cobra's had another good break, but can he pot the 3? The 1 and 2 have gone. The 3 does go past the 8. And, I mean, this is his problem ball here. Getting rid of the 3 ball. He gets that. He's going to be... well, it's going to be tight for the 5 ball. I mean, the 5 ball will go. You can cheat the pocket for the 5 to go in. So he's got to get a hold of the cue ball off this cut in the 4. I think he can cut this in. If he wants to, he can just let it run around. Oh, it looks as if he's trying to get it into the side. He's trying to get it into the side instead. I think he'd have been wiser to actually just finish somewhere up here and play the 5. The 5 goes in every day of the week. I mean, you can cheat that pocket, no problem. And the 6 ball's sitting there. There's nothing to do with the cue ball. I don't know that this was the best move, but I mean, it will cut. And he's done it well. Larry survives as well against Vertical Liquid. Now, bear in mind, this is the guy that said in the chat not half an hour ago he's playing shite. So, last chance saloon here, possibly for Tam to get a rack on the board. The bad news is that Cobra can't stop potting balls. The 8 ball's gone for the 3rd time in the break and comes back up. He's on the 1, and I'm going to break this to you gently, Tam. I'll do it right now. Hang on a minute. This is about as succinct as I can put it.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, it's all over. So, in all of those 7 racks, Tam had 1 shot, and then he was hooked. But that's, again, it's no disgrace when you're up against players of this level. You're just not going to get many chances. Unfortunately, you didn't get many chances. And the one chance you did get, you ballsed it up. So that doesn't help. But you ain't out the tournament. And a race to four is a far generous opportunity. So Cobra, playing shite, wins by 7 racks to 0. Right. So we need a catch up here because there's loads of results come in. We now have Cobra up against Spectre Dawn in a minute, but we've got stuff happening on the one loss side here. We've got Larry now playing Pie, who's getting 6 and out. So Larry's on a fine line here, given 6 and out. You've got Popman, who's 3-0 down against Coldest Pillow, and Popman's sitting there getting 8 ball. So Popman can't get the job done. Let's go in and see if we can jinx Coldest Pillow. And, well, just as we arrive, Popman's got ball in hand. So that worked. Now, this is a stun out across the table. And Popman's spinning it, so that whatever he's comfortable with. Now, and this is just this is a come back a little bit here. This is come back a bit. Just come back a bit. I mean, that's back a bit too far because now he's interfered with the 6 ball slightly. Now again, take your medicine and just drop the 6 ball in and just leave the cue ball there, and you're rolling a straight 7 ball in and you're on the 8 and 9, no problem. So this is, a numpty's going to make a mess of this. All you do is roll it in and do nothing with the cue ball other than leave it there. But he's running the cue ball. Now he's hoping he gets lucky. And he's got the pace right though. So that was more than luck. That was well played. He's judged the pace well going around the corner. I was thinking he might play it ultra safe. But he's going to be off the mark. And of course, Popman is the one that's getting the 8 ball, so that's all he needs. And once this is over, we'll go into that hot seat match. We won't be missing a lot. 2 ball goes in. And that 1 ball's a wee bit of a dink in. But you don't need to hit this with a lot of pace. You just need to get the 1 to the hole because the cue ball's going to be on the 3. 2 balls gone, 3 balls wide open. So you don't want to put a lot of running in the cue ball. And he hasn't read that at all. In fact, that wasn't a very great effort on that cut because I think that cut was a lot easier than they made it look. Little stun across. Well, he's either under hit it or over hit it. Problem is he's got a lot more angle in this 4 than he wanted. And that's passable, that'll do. So this should be a game, set, match. Because this is just a little... I like to play these with just a little draggy stun. And just let it drop through. Just a bit like that. And this is the easiest shot in the world. Just get yourself high enough in the 9. And it's hasta la vista to Popman tonight. So a good win again for Coldest Pillow. And now, what else are we missing? Well, Larry's 2-0 up at the moment against Pie, who's getting 6 and out, so that could easily change. Coldest Pillow's now up against Tam in a race to 4. Eloquenti's waiting on the winner of that match with Larry and Pie, so we'll watch for the scores coming up. We'll jump back into the hot seat match. And we're still in the first rack here. Inspector Don looks as if he's going to be getting first blood. The 9-ball must have went down in the break, I would have thought, because it looks as if it's on the spot. I'm just thinking there. Here's a thought: if if Steve brought in the what do you call it? The 10-ball must pot last in 10-ball, then why doesn't he just bring that in as an additional feature with 9-ball? You know, I wouldn't see any harm in adding it as an additional feature that you could put on in the advanced options if you wanted it. You know, because nobody, whenever he's playing in a challenge room nowadays, nobody has golden breaks on anymore. The 9-ball's always coming back up. So, if that's the case, why not add that same feature in 9-ball that he's added in 10-ball? If only because nobody wants to have the golden break on. I'm going to mention that to him. That's another thing I meant to mention the other night, and I've still not remembered what I meant to mention the other night. I've totally forgotten what that was. So here's Cobra with the first good chance to square up, and he's gone just a wee bit square. See, the problem with this is the pot's a lot simpler if the 6-ball isn't catching half the pocket. In fact, this will be a great shot if he pots this 4 because he's not even got half a pocket hardly, and it's a blind angle, so you're not even looked at the pocket. This will be a good shot for that to go in. In fact, that's an even better shot. He's played the billiard off the 5, and that's excellent because I think the chances of that 4 going in clean were slim to 0. That's very well worked out. So Spectre Dawn is getting last 2. You've got to laugh. I mean, the 2 players they're over 2,300 each of them, and Spectre Dawn's getting last 2. Which means absolutely nothing at the end of the day. So 1 apiece. Larry's gone through. He was 2-0 up, wasn't he? So this Pie guy doesn't like to finish matches, from what I can gather. I'm assuming that his first match that he forfeited, he was obviously not happy with the score and just bailed out. And it looks as if he's done the same here. And Larry was 2-0 up when we checked the scoreboard, so obviously it was heading for 4-zip, and he's done a runner. Meanwhile, Cobra playing the safety, and this is easy to kick in behind the 1 and try and Might be worthwhile calling this into the side pocket here, just in case he kicks it in. Well, he doesn't need to call it. I'm forgetting it's bloody 9 ball now. What time is it? It's nearly 9 o'clock. This is we get to the old brain going, well, I had a go at it. And that's probably Spectre Don's last shot in this rack. Now, that time, when I've held the Y button there to go to this second camera setting, I just kept my finger on the button. And it doesn't always work, but this time, now I've got my finger off the button, the camera stayed in that position. Very often it resets itself back to the default camera. So we'll watch it like this for a little while, because we're at the opposite end of the table. We're at the rack end of the table. Well, this is just going to be likewise the other way here in a minute. He's going to stun the 6 in and draw back off the 7 up the rail. Well, he could have done by drawing that back a bit more. Let's be honest, I mean, he should have been up with the side pocket there. He's got the 8. Went in off the jaw. Now he's got the lead. How can he build on it? Well, the brake's working well. Although he's going to have to jump that 6, I think. I think he is. I don't think he can see that one. Or see enough of it. Doesn't look like it from here, but maybe he can. Maybe he can. Now this cue ball's got to stay inside or run across the left side quite a bit. It stayed inside. Is he going to be able to get out behind the 8 ball without doing anything with the cue ball? He could be digging in quite deep. Just missed the 8 ball. So this is another testy one. The 6 ball will go past the 8 into the bottom left. Good evening to George A. I can't remember who that is. And he's perfect in the 6. I think he's got a reasonable enough angle to go forward and come up the left-hand side. Needs to keep going. Well, Cobra in the driving seat at the moment. 3-1 lead. Oh, you're definitely not a new viewer. You've been here before, George, because I remember the name. Right, let's go back to default camera. Well, this is a bit like the shoes on the other foot here for Spectre Dawn this time. He's not had a sniff since Cobra got to the table. (4-1). It's a long road back already for Cobra. Oh, that was disgusting. That was those burgers I had earlier on. Well, see, even wee Chimpy found it funny. Where's Blind Hog? Has he left the building? I think he has. Yeah. He's busy. He's got his nose in shit at the moment. So this is Spectre Dawn's chance to shine now. Although he's going to have to dig himself out a bit of a hole though. Get the jump, but didn't get the pot. Now, this looks a good bank for Cobra if he fancies it. I like the line. It's pretty much on the middle diamond, the short rail up there, so it's a good line for the bank. Oh, how lucky is this? So, ball in hand for Cobra for 5-1. Now, quick look at this one lost side. Oh, well done to Tam. He kept that quiet. I never saw the score going up because I probably wasn't paying attention. I was farting and burping at the time. He's taking Calder's pill out, 4 racks to 2. He's taking his teammate out tonight. Oh, hang on a minute here. What the hell's happened to Cobra? Spectre Don's back at the table. And I don't think he's got a shot here. Well, he was trying to roll on to the 5. He didn't get there. So, and this is a bit, it's a wee bit tricky. Just to brush that and get, just get enough of it, but not too much of the rail and run into the 6. He's fine. But that's another test for Spectre Dawn to get this really fine. This is a cigarette paper's worth of that 4 ball. The 4 ball does bank up table, but too much of a risk for Cobra. Keeping it tight. I don't know that there's a billiard off that 4 though. I don't think so. The 6 is too far off the rail. And the 4 was too close to the rail. So a little bit of back and forth safety here to somebody makes a mistake. Oh, Stubbs arrived in the room. Oh dear. I expect Don could get on a roll here with the break. They could be right back in this. So let's see how he can do. Well, they can back it up. And he's got balls going in. Although he's not sitting all that healthy in the 1 ball. Let's have a look around here. This is, well, it does cut. Needs to be very thin. He didn't get it thin enough. And that's going to spin around into the open. And that'll be Cobra's, not Cobra, Spectre Dawn's chance in this rack gone. Who's going to stop Stubb? Well, a Serral will have a damn good try whenever you arrange to play him. Good evening. Welcome to Friday Night 9 Ball. Tournament's 2 hours and 10 minutes old. This is the hot seat match to see who gets to the final. And Cobra's got himself in bother. Big time. Now, the question is can he get enough pace in the cue ball here to get a shot in this 8? Tell a lie. Forgot with the 7, it's up the table. We'll look at this for a roll. What a jammy get he is. He's as jammy as stubborn, that's saying a lot. That is really saying a lot. Not a problem in kicking the 6. That's the easiest part of this. It's getting it safe that's the problem. Now, ideally, you would want to kick this to the long rail on the right and finish with the 6 ball going up towards the 7, a bit like that. It could have done me going a wee bit further, but it still left this awkward for Cobra. Because there's no way, unless he rolls this dead weight and the cue ball finishes up to the right side pocket, there's no way he's holding for the 7 other than running around the table. So he's doing it dead weight. In fact, that's brilliant. He's actually held that really, really well at that distance. Right, what time is it then, Stub? It'll be like 1 or 2 in the morning my time, I've no doubt. Have you accepted it? Wait a minute, we'll be arranged for the 30th. 4 hours after, what, like 11 PM? My time. Now you're saying will be arranged, you haven't bloody accepted it yet, have you? Just get the thing accepted and get it on the schedule instead of pissing about. So 5-2 to Cobra. A ball is certainly going in the side pocket. He's looking down the barrel in this 1 ball. And, well, he's got most of the pocket. Well, it's going to be across the right-hand side. And if he can get good on the 7, it'll just be a stopper for the 8 ball. That's the ideal scenario here. So it should be a firm stun in here just to get the cue ball off the rail. Just like that. Now he might just come back off this 8. I don't think it's worth rolling forward because it's too straight. Yeah, just leave the higher cut. But he's going to be on the hill, on the way from the final. And again, something's gone in. And was it the cue ball? It was. So here's an opportunity at the death here for Spectre Dawn to try and dig himself out a hole. Well, the comeback's always got to start somewhere. It might as well start now with ball in hand. But it's going to be a little bit tricky because it has to be a pretty good. I mean, there's loads of room in the right side. This 4 ball goes into this corner, so there's loads of room in the right side to get down here for the 4. But he might have already made a complete hash of this. I think he has. Is he trying to roll it safe? Yeah, he didn't get enough of the 2. So that visit didn't last long. He got himself in trouble. Larry again marching on, but he's hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Is that not the second 4-3 win for Larry tonight, or am I mixing him up with another match? But he's taken Eloquenti out. Well, that did everything but go in, that 3 ball, that jump combo attempt. So Spectre Don gets his second chance. Well, it's just as well that 2 ball didn't go in there as well, because look where he had left himself before. No shot. But he's judged the draw almost perfect there. He's just slightly the wrong angle, so rather than trying to do anything heroic, he's just dropping below it so he can play it up table. Well, he wants to either finish on the short rail or higher, and he's got enough angle to stun this up. And 3 ball goes in. That 6 ball needs to go in as well, and it has. So there's a cut in the 1. And the problem is that he's going to be running into the 2. He might even pot the 2 here, and he has done. And that takes care of that problem. Well, it looks simple enough in terms of where the cue ball's going, but then again, this cut is testy. And a nice angle for the thin cut. In fact, it might be just too thin, this. Yeah, he's hoping to avoid the 7. Oh, he's got a nice double kiss there. So this time it's Spectre Don who gets a nice little roll. So the 8 ball being one of the last 2, that gives Spectre Don his 4th rack. Eight ball, no. 7 ball, no. The break's dry. And the 1 ball is very tough. Yeah. The 2 ball does go past the 9, so it's also in a place where you could put your opponent in trouble. But Cobra's gone all out for it. That's a good pot in the 1. Doesn't want to be against this 8 ball, and he isn't. So now it all hinges on just staying top side of the table. He's probably going to leave a dodgy cut in this 4 ball back down the table, unless he decides to come to this end of the table where he is now and play a 4-9 combo. But the way he is, as long as he doesn't bump the 5 and just comes across to about there, he'll have the 4 down the table here. So that's what he's going to be playing. I don't believe he's going to try anything else elaborate. Well, he looks as if he is. Is he hitting this hard, or is he just dropping through? He's just dropping through with a bit of left. Stub, you still there? Hit the like button. Nobody else has. Do us a favour, hit the like button. Only takes a second. Well, I'll tell you something. This is tough. This is as tough as they come, this 6-ball. But this is the match ball. Effectively, this goes in, he'll be on the 7th. And he'll be home and dry. That's how difficult it is. And how's Cobra's luck? Well, he's got lucky again. Spectre Dawn, is he going to refuse the cut combo? I don't think he can. I think he's going to take the bait himself. I mean, this has got a great chance of getting in anyway. I mean, that's lined up perfect. But that 6-ball was really, really a tough ask to get that to go down the rail without catching that side pocket. So Spectre Dawn survives another rack, and then he's breaking to go all the way. Oh dear, commentator's curse. Spectre Dawn's blown it. Oh, you wouldn't expect that. Big fail from Spectre Dawn, and he's heading over to join Larry and the rest of the team on that one lost side. So, Cobra playing shite in brackets is all the way to the final. And that'll update in a minute. He'll take his place in the final. Spectre Dawn goes over to join everybody else there. And at the moment, Larry is playing Tam. And Tam, would you believe it, is 3-0 up. Now, dare I go into the room? In fact, the match is over. What a result for Tam. He's running hot to trot tonight. And he's playing tomorrow night in the 9-ball league. What a result for Tam. What was he getting there? Was he getting a 5-ball? Yes, he was. So, clearly, Larry was either making the mistakes at the wrong time, or Tam was actually potting a few balls to get to the 5-ball, and he's run out 4-0. That's Tam's best result in any 9-ball tournament I've ever seen. Because you've seen how tough it is, even when players are getting the 5-ball, and sometimes they'll get one shot in a match. So, race to 4 is always very dangerous for anybody who's got a higher rating and they're up against a 5-ball. But you've still got to put them away. So, it doesn't get any easier for Tam, though. So, he's now up against Spectre Dawn, but he'll be getting the same against Spectre Dawn. He might even be getting, well, let me think. If he's getting that against Larry, was Larry given a handicap? It might be the same. It might be the 5-ball Tam's getting again, I would think. So the room is up. We'll get in. Spectre Dawn might not be in a hurry to get in. He might be having a drink or something. In fact, they might be. Aye. Tam's there. So that Well, this match might start, but I'm going to have a bathroom break, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, so I'm back in time. Yeah, Tam is getting the 5 ball. So, at the risk of reminding Tam, it was. Am I right in saying it was Cobra that sent Tam to the one loss side 7-zip? So Tam, anything now's a bonus. And getting a 5 ball, if he gets a sniff, there's that pattern again. There's the 2 balls together and one just isolated. So that's the second time tonight we've seen that. This 7 ball may well be a combo as well. And it is. And Cobra hasn't come out good. Or has he? Oh, that's a cue ball. I thought that was a 9 ball that was there. I keep getting them mixed up, those 2 balls. Did I say Cobra again? Aye, I did. Aye. It's that time of night, guys. You know I'm going to do stuff like that. It's well past my bedtime. All I know is there's 2 guys playing in a one-loss side match at the moment. Oh, he's overcut. Oh, it's gone in. I thought he'd overdone it. I thought Tam was going to get a gift there. But no, what I always say to players who play in this tournament and they generally don't think they've got a great chance of winning, if you come out with more V dollars than what you spent to get in it, then it's been a successful tournament. And if you look at the bracket, Tam's going to be coming out with at least 245 V dollars. So what's that? He's made a profit of 95 V dollars. Is that right? If my arithmetic's correct. So it's been a profitable evening so far, and anything above that is an even bigger bonus. So just think about it. Look at the bright side, Tam. The money that you win tonight will effectively cover your 2 weeks entry fee to the league. That's the way to look at it. Is that going to roll? Yes, it is. That needs to keep rolling. It's a good pace. Right, let's have a look. What did you do here? Right, you just cut this in and bounce out. And keep bouncing out. He's left it short. You don't want to be there. You want it to be another 6 inches to the left. And that's why. Wanwa seems to be a midnight owl. He always seems to turn up at this time of night. And it's usually to play in the cowboy tournament if anybody else is in it. So he must work strange hours if he's got a job. Well, the bank goes in. And Tam's going to be 2-0 down. Anything can happen though. Anything is up for grabs here with a 5-ball money ball. You've just got to keep believing. I think that's the longest attention span that Stubb has ever shown coming into the YouTube channel. He usually lasts like 45 seconds, types bullshit, and then you never see him again. So Spectre Dawn sinks the 4-ball in the break, no shot, plays the push out. Now Tam should have him in trouble here because look at all that coverage he's got on the left side there just to bank this 1 ball up the table and send the cue ball over to this corner. Well, he's sending the 1 ball there, but he can't send it into the gap like that. That's no good. It's the cue ball I'd have been putting there and sending the 1 up the table. And Spectre Dawn dragging all the pace off the cue ball to keep it the bottom end of the table here. Oh, that's your excuse, is it? Ah, right. Well, I beat you to that one. Oh, well, here we go. Oh, he's going to get jammy. Well, if it doesn't rain, but it pours. Get yourself out of that. Now, that's not bad. The thing is that Spectre Dawn's just looking at brushing this 2-ball and missing the 7 if he can. He might miss the 7, but he's got to watch how thick he hits this. Yeah. And that'll work. Now, if there was a line to kick that 2-ball and 5-ball, there's a chance that 5-ball would get into the top corner there, but it's going to the jaw, but that ain't going to happen. 3 balls in the way of that line. Oh, Bedhead, you're alive. Steve's been worried for the last 2 days where you were. Good evening to... I've talked about Mooncake. Uh-oh. Well, there you go, Tam, and look at what's happened again. Oh, I'll tell you, there's some crap happening here for Tam. Throw the guy a bone, for God's sake. Yeah, Steve said that in the stream last night. He didn't realise he had had a reply from you. He went through his 5,000 messages that he's got in his inbox. Well, Cobra's good at apologising. He's a good practice in this rack. The Tam's got the jump and the hit, and that's a pretty good safe at the end of the day. I mean, Cobra, not Cobra. Why do I keep calling him bloody Cobra? Because the two of them are jammy gits. That's why. Spectre Dawn may well have a. No, he's not. I thought he's going to have a cut at that. Well, it's not an easy cut in the two, but if I'm Tam, I'm having a go at it. You might as well. And the cue ball needs to run and get a wee bit of luck here. And it's Tam's chance to get a little roll of the ball. He deserved that. Okay, what's everyone's thoughts on the league handicap on the break? 5 and out having 5 chances to win just in the break is a bit stupid in my opinion. Well, if you were here earlier on, Semi-Pro, you would have heard my little idea or my little additional feature that could be added to 9 ball, the same as 10 ball. Why not? I mean, when you consider it, you have guys playing 9 ball in challenge rooms and even in match rooms where they automatically have got spot money switched on all the time. So you don't see golden breaks at all in any sort of normal play in VP4. Everybody's taken that out of the game pretty much. And so why doesn't Steve add a feature in the advanced options, a 9 ball, where the 9 ball has to be last? I'm sure he could do that. So that you can't, not only can't you fluke the 9 in the break, but you can't fluke the 9 during the rack. It has to be last ball. No, he probably won't. But I think it'd be good to have it as an option. Because then it does away with spot money, doesn't it? Which only works on the break at the end of the day. Well, you don't get what you can't ask. If you don't ask, you won't get. I think that's what I was trying to say there. I'll put it in a way that that Steve will appreciate it more, because if it comes from an American, he'll probably be more agreeable. What I'll say is, I was talking to Larry last night, and Larry came up with this idea about, well, that is an option, isn't it? In fact, to be honest with you, if that is an option in 9 ball, why the hell does nobody use it then? Instead of just spot money. Aye, I mean, why don't people even think of using the damn thing, and then it takes the flukes out of the game altogether? That'd be a far better idea than changing anything in the game and just remembering to put call shot on. But nobody looks at the advanced options often enough to actually see that it's got it. Well, I don't know what happened there, but Tam got a rack in the board. I'm pretty certain it has, Larry. I'm pretty certain it does have. In fact, we'll find out in a minute, because I'll just go into a room and look. I'm pretty certain it does. And nobody's ever bothered with it. I don't think I've ever been in a room or saw anybody playing with that feature on, or that rule on. Well, Spectrodon's break is dry now. Well, again, you could try and nip into the gap between the 6 and 8 here to go on that 3, but you could also just leave the cue ball like there and take the higher cut. Now, if he can come back into this gap, or if he can stay right side, he'll have a long shot in the 4, depending how hard he plays this 3. Now, he's done neither. He would have ended up hooking himself. Well, you could ask him to put. You could ask him to put. I take it spot money's off in the league. Then is that what we're saying? Hang on a minute. Refill, jump queue, spot money's off. So that's all he needs to do is get and change the spot money on, and then that solves that problem. So then just come in. I'll be doing the I'll be doing coverage of the stream, coverage of the 9-ball league tomorrow night, leading up to Bill and Cobra's match at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So no doubt Steve will be, because Steve's not playing tomorrow, I don't think, is he? And he's not in his lineup, is he? I never thought to look. I'm pretty certain he's not. I think that's why he stopped bedheading. What the hell am I doing here? Where am I going? That's what we're going to look at. Teams. Where the hell is he? Aye, there he is. So Steve's not playing tomorrow night, but he might end up coming into the stream anyway, seeing that he's not playing. And anyway, with that, Spectre Dawn marches on. Or is he not going to be around? Or maybe he's got a night out planned or an afternoon out planned. He might be back in time for the match after the league tomorrow. Right, so well done to Spectre Dawn, well done to Tam. He's come out with a profit. He's got a lot further than he thought he would. I think he said something about that, didn't he? I didn't quite catch him, but I think you might be right. So, what time is it? It's 9:45, and we now have this week's final, and it's a rematch and a revenge match with Spectre Dawn getting a second goal at Cobra in the final race to 9. We'll get ourselves in, and I'll have a quick drink. Aye, but I think I've got a funny feeling he wants to be there for the match with Bill and Cobra tomorrow night. So that would be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon his time. So if he's out golfing in the morning, he should be back in time for that. Well, we had 15 in the tournament tonight. And I mean, these tournaments can go 4 hours. This one certainly won't be tonight, but it'll be certainly 3.5 hours, I would say. So I wonder when Steve's going to fix Honolulu, he's got that to fix. He's got other issues that he's caused a problem with, which he didn't say what the problems were. He's still got to fix them. And then Honolulu will need a quick test to see if the call shot works. Not the call shot, the missed call works, because it doesn't work. Well, it certainly didn't work in a practice room when I tested it. So, Spectre Dawn and Cobra race to 9, and it's exactly the same handicap, of course. Spectre Dawn's getting last 2, that makes no difference whatsoever. And the break, I think, is dry, but the table is safe, and the 4 ball is easily got at. 2 ball, not quite so easy. I mean, it goes into the side if you're down this end on it, but it doesn't go in past the 4. Oh, I've been having a bug where when you hit the cue ball, you hear sounds as if the white hits the pack, but the cue ball hasn't moved. No, I've never had that sound. The only sound that I've had, and everybody's had the same thing, everybody's had the same bug, when, I think it's when, does it happen when you're lagging, or when you're waiting? You know, when you hear the sort of dump noise, the noise to tell you it's your turn at the table, it's your shot. I've heard that continuing while the other player's at the table. You know, I've heard that bug, but I haven't heard any noise of the rack moving or anything like that, as if you've hit the rack. No. But that one that I had during the week there, when I was in banging some balls around, I just suddenly, next thing I know, I'm looking at the lobby. I was in a room, everything was normal, and then boot into the lobby. Yeah, if you lose the lag, it does that dunk noise. Aye, everybody's had that. I mean, that's been in the game since day one. There's all sorts of little bugs. I mean, these are just little niggly bugs. How is it you bring the help up in the room again? How is it you bring the help up? You know, the help menu up on the screen. I can't remember. No, wait a minute. How do you bring the help up? F1, that's it, right. Now, see if you hit, here's a bug that I've noticed when you bring the menu up, and I showed this to Steve years ago. I wonder if it's still there. Now, what is it I used to do? It might actually be fixed. I used to do something, and the help menu used to move around. It never appeared. It never stayed in the same place on the screen. I think he's fixed it. I used to do something that caused the help menu to start moving. It must be fixed. You still get a half black screen when setting up a room. It sounds as if, you know, if you get the full game installed, Semi-Pro, did you download the full game from your profile on your profile page? Or have you just got online installed? Or really what the question is, have you got offline installed as well? Right. So in that case, if you downloaded it from your profile using your serial and you install VP4 that way, that means you've got the full game installed, and that installs online as well at the same time. And you'll have you should have the 2 shortcuts in your desktop. Well, maybe it'd be worthwhile just uninstalling the lot and reinstalling it again, because it sounds as if it's a bit bugged. if you're getting all these sort of little glitchy things in it, I would clean it out and reinstall it. Because there's nothing else that you can do with the game that's going to fix any of these wee niggly things. Well, I've not had it. I've not had any of those noises. I've not had this half black screen thing. If I had that half black screen thing, I'd be the first person telling everybody that. So Cobra off to a good start. And with the look of this table, it's going to be 2-0. I can't see where this is going to go wrong. Might have just gone wrong there because this is not ideal, but he's got a good line to pot the 3 and come down for the 4. Yeah, verify files only works in Steam. It doesn't do that if you've installed if you've installed the game just straight to your hard drive, not using Steam. But that's certainly the first. If you've ever, as I said that the other day, if you've ever got VP4 in Steam and you've got any issues with VP4, before you do anything else, verify the files, because that's the quickest way of knowing if there's something that could be causing a bug. And if there is an issue with any games in Steam, that should always be the first thing you do before you panic and start uninstalling stuff and going to YouTube and listening to some other guy telling you to do something crazy. Verify the files. Well, the major bug I had, well, I call it a major bug, it was just an annoying bug. The major bug I had was trying to log into the game. It wouldn't save my password, even when I checked the little chalk box in the opening screen. It wouldn't save it, and I had to continually type in my password. And the way I fixed that was just a total clean install, and had to put my serial code back in and everything. Well, don't forget, Steve says he's broken the game in some parts, so that might be part of the issue that you're getting. Although, having said that, with him not doing an update, it couldn't really affect us because he won't do the update until he's fixed those bugs. So we're still supposed to be working on a fairly stable version at the moment. Is Larry Indian? Now, what's prompted that question? Have I missed something in the chat? No, you're just getting VP4 with updates. Although, Steve's hinting that it's an old game engine now and he's thinking of updating it. Well, Spectre Dawn, it's his turn to get jammy. But has he got a shot in the 2? Oh, he might have. Yeah, this is touchy. Yeah, he's got it. Now, that 4-ball might go. I think it does go. There's enough room. He's got to get this flush and clean, but he's not taking the risk. Now, 4-ball doesn't bank. Can Cobra get enough of it? Yes, he can. To cut it. Welcome to that Interchange X, isn't it? See, Larry's that old, he's got an old nickname. I'm not that old. He was never Chet in VP3, I can tell you that. He was Larry L in VP3. And then they decided to get trendy and drop the L. A bit like Prince, who changed his name to Symbol. No, they don't call me Nineball at work. They don't know. They don't know I'm Nineball.com at work. Although one or two of them do know that I do live streaming, but you know, none of them have got any interest in pool. None whatsoever. I did hear one of them saying, one of the guys saying, "He's quite good. They're quite good for the commentary." Mind you, they don't know what we're talking about anyway, so they're none the wiser. It just sounds good to them. If you don't know anything about pool or billiards or that, they haven't the foggiest idea. We can waffle here all night talking bullshit. Most of the time we do, and they just think it sounds good. Well, I'll tell you one thing Steve would have an advantage for, because he'd be perfect for getting things off the high shelves. It'd be no use crawling about on the floor getting stuff off the low shelves. But if you need something taken down off the capping shelf at the top, yeah, Steve's your man. He's the guy you'd call on. Now, what we got here on edge? Oh, we've got nothing. Nothing shown in that 2-ball. Easy hit. Now, if he hits it right, he'll just roll it down towards the 4 6. But he doesn't want to do that and bunt it out of the side pocket, and he's not done it. Wasn't really a lot he could do there. Now, this is where you try and kill that cue ball and try and avoid hitting the 8 if you can. I don't know. I think he can. I think he can dink this and nick the cue ball in the back there. No, see, he did bump the 8, but although he's got cover, the odds are pretty good that if Spectrodon could go over this 5 ball and he's got the room, he'll certainly pot the 2, and the cue ball will be there or thereabouts up table. He's going to have a cut in the 4, you would think. And really, if this goes in, you'd expect him to be out. Now that cue ball just needs to hold up here. And that's good enough. It's a little dink. He might want to go 2 rails a good bit here. Let me think. The distance it's got to go to the pocket, so you need the pace for that. And that's why he did make sure he was going at least 2 rails to come back out. Didn't get the pot, so... Well, I had given him the rack there, but he actually just went too far up the table for comfort in that 4 ball. So this is going to bring daylight to the game. What was the final score? I switched it off. It was nothing each. I think it was even just before half time. What was the score? Just a 1 goal in it. Oh, Bill has arrived in the room. Just checking in on his opponent for tomorrow night. Well, I definitely need to get some sleep tonight because I had a terrible night's sleep last night. I don't know why. My head was buzzing. I see I lay there for about 90 minutes and barely get 4 hours sleep. I want one of these tonight to be head hits the pillow. There's that pattern again, folks. Well, in fact, there's actually a bigger gap there this time, but it's the same thing. I mean, we're seeing that far, far too often, and it's not really been corrected. It's not really changed. It's still there. You should never be getting that pattern as often in a 9-ball rate. Not in a month of Sundays should you ever be seeing that. There's something radical needs changing up in this this break or this rack setup in this game. I'm fed up looking at that. And whatever Steve's doing, he's not doing enough of it to actually put that right. I mean, I'm not expecting to see that anytime. You think of the computations as to how a rack should be once they're broken and where the ball should be in the table. There's what, multiple millions of computations as to what there could be. Now, it's as if there's a heck of amount of missing computations for this rack. Well, they're breaking well till that happens. I just think that should never be there. I mean, you go in and break some 9-balls in shooter's pool, you'll never see that. You could be there all day, you'll never see that. But there's something strange going on in shooter's pool. Because I went in yesterday, and I haven't been there I haven't been there since long before Christmas. So I went in to have a look around, and it's still the same. There is no chat in the lobby, so there's no communication at all. And there's still no forum. The forum's been killed, so you can't find out what updates have done to the game. So for some reason, they've shut down the forum. It doesn't exist as far as I can see because I can't find it in the top of the screen. And there is no chat. It seems to be. It says temporarily disabled. It hasn't been bloody able for months and months. So I haven't a clue what's going on there. I mean, it's maybe because they don't have any chat moderation and they've never had it, and there is bullshit going on in the chat, and so they've just decided to take it out altogether. So it's a pretty barren place when you go into the lobby. It's even more barren than ours. But there was still 240 odd people playing yesterday. There was 380 odd online, which means that basically shooter's pool's running in the background in the processes. But 240 odd, I think it was, were playing online in the middle of the afternoon yesterday. Well, try telling that to the guy that I saw come into the lobby the other day. Was it earlier today? I think some gratis guy came in and said, nobody talks in here, and then he disappeared. He get no reply. I've told you what the biggest problem is with VP4. The biggest problem is that to get 240 odd people in here, you'd have to have the game the way people want to play it. And that doesn't happen. It's too hardcore for too many people. And that's the difference. You've got guys on there making their own tournaments. I looked at a tournament yesterday. There was a guy who had made a tournament. He had 1,000 virtual dollars added to it. You've got everybody with all sorts of rooms up. You've got rooms with tracking lines on. You've got rooms with the aim restriction off. You've got rooms with everything off. You've got rooms with everything on. You've got loads of people in match rooms, loads of people in challenge rooms. So everybody's got what they want in that game. VP4 won't give you that. And when people come online and they find out that it's too hardcore and they're not getting any success, they run for cover and you never see them again. No, it's not going to attract any more people for the fact that it just looks prettier. VP4 would need a heck of a lot of work done for it to look as good as what Shooter's Pool does. I mean, the tables in VP4 are crap looking compared to Shooter's Pool. The finish in the Shooter's Pool tables is far more attractive looking. And the prices are far better. I've told Steve that often enough. The prices for equipment and stuff that you want to buy are far better. You know, all of that and the way that you want the game to be played is what attracts people. Far better pricing, far more choice. You buy what you want. Products are a lot cheaper. Tables are a lot nicer. Rooms are a lot better looking. And you can play the game to the settings you like. If you want to just be in a room with your mates and have practice lines on just to have a bang about, you can do that. That's why there is 240 odd people online. And I bet you a lot of them people were people that originally maybe have been in VP4 on the odd occasion and they're finding it too difficult. So until you give what the people want, you're not going to have 240 odd people in here. They've also done a fair bit of homework on their, well, maybe not their marketing side of it as much, but they've got a lot of, deals with the real life manufacturers. All the tables are branded tables. They've not got tables that look like a Predator table. They've got Predator tables with all the brand names on them and all the cues. Yeah, we are generally all stuck in our way with what we're used to. If VP4 shut down tomorrow, that's where we would all head, let's be honest. You would all head over to Shooter's Pool and you'd stick with it for X amount of time until you got used to it. That's when you'd be forced into doing that. Because that's your alternative to what you have here. There's nowhere else that's any better than Shooter's Pool or here. There's nothing. Well, that's the thing you'd stay furthest away from. If you want to fall asleep in 10 minutes, then you bring up Snooker 19 and try and play that. The playability of Virtual Pool is what we all like because you don't have to piss about to take a shot. You see the ball, you line up the cue, you do what you're doing with the cue ball and you hit the shot. This is the only game that ever done that. There wasn't a game on the market at the time. There was a billiard pool game, and I can't remember the game, but it was actually it stole a few things from Virtual Pool. For the life of me, I can't remember the game, but I had it at one time. And it was the one that had a roaring fire in the background. Although there's been a few games like that, but this one had a fire, a blazing fire in the background, and it played very like VP4, but that was where it ended. The physics of the game were absolutely deplorable. You know, the balls just did not react at all properly. I had Jimmy White snooker. I loved that game. I thought it was a great wee game. I had that Pool Paradise as well. That was crap. I think I've tried virtually every single pool game you can get in the PC. I've tried them all at one time or another. Usually for 15-20 minutes and then it gets binned. Right, anyway, back to the match. What have we got going here? Well, Cobra's 5-2 up. You like Pool Paradise? Oh, no. No. If none of you tried that Billiard 3D yet, that Russian billiard game, it gets over 100 odd people in the lobby pretty much every day. But unless you're playing snooker or 8-ball or 9-ball, you won't have a bloody clue what you're doing if you set the Russian billiard game up, because I have no idea how that's played. And it's exceedingly difficult. If you take Chinese 8-ball, ramp it up 20 times more difficult, then that's like Russian billiards. Well, the thing is, if EA thought it was a money maker, they'd have been into it a long while ago, and that's why they don't do a pool game, because there's no money in it. Where's this ending up? Now, he might as well take his medicine here and just roll this in. He could end up bumping the 4-ball. It's hard to judge the angle here. In fact, tell a lie, this has got it's got pretty much most of the pocket, the 2-ball, but I don't think where he's stuck, he's on the rail, so he's really just going to roll out here, get past that 4-ball, so he can see the cut in the 3. Well, I thought he'd have hit that softer to finish that side of the 4. But he's got loads of room to get up and down and have some sort of shot in the 4. Oh, welcome to Bill. Look forward to your match tomorrow night, Bill. I think luck's going to run with you for the rest of the tournament now. Now that you fell over the line against Matt, I think you're destined. You're destined to win this, Bill. Because you can't get any jammier than Bill got the other night there. Hanging the 9-ball, and then Matt does exactly the same. And Bill was already halfway out to the car at the time. You've got to think your luck's in to win this damn thing now. Well, Cobra, the lead is now down to 2. Yeah, well, there you go, Bill. So you've got the pedigree to do it. Well, I told you guys the other night there, right? And I'm as honest as I'm saying it. Any of you guys want to play a money match, right? You can play it between yourselves if you want, and you trust each other. But if you do want to put up hard cash, you put whatever your stake money is going to be into my PayPal account. I will hold the stake money and I will pay it out to the winner. I've got no problem with doing that, and I can assure you can trust me, I'll do it. I will definitely do that, as long as you've got a PayPal account, that is. Well, you're asking the wrong person that called us, Pillow, because I won't be able to tell you who won this tournament on Sunday night, if you ask me. No, I won't charge anything. I will hold. If you've got a match lined up and you want to talk money, then I'll hold it for you. I mean, you think I'd show my face in here again if I ran away with your 20 quid or whatever it was? You got to be joking. Where's the cue ball going? Well, that nudge there has actually done Cobra a favour again. Talk about jamminess. Now, it's a double up and down here if he fancies it, this 5 ball. I think that's one option he's got. He could go for it, but this is dangerous. If he gets too far in behind the 5, he could scratch, but he didn't. He wouldn't have room to do it. Dougal, that money was just resting in my account. No, you're talking about, well, what the hell's his name again? Diggler. Oh, that's you're talking about Father Ted, the money resting. That one. I thought you were talking about Diggler, who started running an event and was taking donations, and I think One Pocket Slim paid him money, and it never saw the light of day. Diggler disappeared, and we haven't seen him since. Oh no, I'm no Diggler. That's a funny one. I hear you're a racist now, Father. Oh, that's classic, that. And then the episode about kicking Father Brennan, Bishop Brennan up the arse. That's funny as well. Yeah, I've seen them all. I think I've seen them all 5 times over, Father Ted. Well, there's a bit of banging going on here. Well, this Spectre Dawn up for banging this 8 ball up the table. And what with the one with the milk float? If it goes, if it goes lower than 5 miles an hour, the bomb's going to go off. And what about the one with the car, where Father said, Father Ted says there's a little mark in the bonnet of the car, and he says, I'll just tap that out with a hammer, and then it cuts back to him like half an hour later, and the car's all bashed to shit. I thought that was going. I mean, that's a hilarious episode, that as well. And also the bits in the episode where Father Ted said, things like, I'll just phone Father so and so, and he's up some mountain in Switzerland, and the next thing he causes an avalanche. Things like that. It was very sort of surreal, Father Ted. And Father Jack seeing nothing but rabbits. Imagine trying to explain Father Ted to people who've never seen it. That's never going to happen, semi-pro. Never going to happen. What, $1,000 V maybe, but not hard cash. And then it'd be just us taking bets on who would quit first. We're all taking side bets. I think semi-pro's going to bail out first. We'll probably make more money in the side bets than what you'd make in the match. No, that ain't never happening. Well, Spectre Dawn's trying to go on the comeback reel here. Yeah, I would love to have all. I'd love to have all that in video. What was the match I streamed where there was a rage quit. Was it Stubb that did it? I can't remember now. I've got it on YouTube. It's on YouTube somewhere on my channel. But for the life of me, I can't remember who played in it. But there was a rage quit in it. I won't be playing in the league if I can help it. I'll tell you that right now. You're going to get a lot more weeks in the league, Coldest Pillow, so hopefully you're going to be available. I've done my bit. I can only go downhill from where I started. I'm one of these quit while you're ahead type team manager. Well, 2 in it now. Balls are flying in. 1 ball was one of them. 2 ball over the side. 9 ball was the other one. It comes back up. So a little dink in the 2 for the 3. Middle of the table for the 4. Down for the 5. Up for the 6 and 7. Well, he should be out. Well, this will be just a straightforward roll through. How harsh are you going to be tomorrow? How harsh am I going to be? Well, I'll be, as I say, I'll be getting my dinner early tomorrow, and I'll be there for the start of the league matches. Obviously, I'm going to be a bit biased because I'll be keeping an eye on what's happening with my team. And then I'll be, well, I don't know whether I'm going to have time to have a break before the match with Bill and Cobra starts. I mean, this league night will be what, maybe 2 hours maximum. And then if I've got enough time, I'll maybe get a coffee or something and set the stream up for the match. Well, Spectre Dawn's off and running here. 1 ball, 5 ball gone, shot in the 2. Probably just going to run up table to get top side of the 3. He's overcooked that a wee bit, has he? It's just slowing up. But he's fine. Nothing to do with the cue ball. Well, when I say nothing to do with the cue ball, the main concern is how he leaves himself on the 4, because that 8 ball's an interference where it is. The chances are he might be playing the 6 to the side. Oh, you're definitely mental, Semi-Pro. We can confirm that. Yeah, you've got our agreement on that. I know what you mean, though. Well, I've always said to people, you come to this game to get away from issues. This is where you come to just clear your mind. Whether it's just bullshitting in a room with some guys, banging some balls about. What you don't do is come here and bring your troubles with you. Because then it does you no good and it does all those around you no good. And you don't enjoy it. Well, this is trouble. So we're going to get a bit of ducking and diving here. Now this is a wee fiddly one to try and nick behind the 8 ball. Let's have a look. Yeah. Has it got the legs? Has it got the legs? Not quite. A good try. He would have had Spectre on in a lot of trouble there if that just nicked another 2 or 3 inches. So Spectre Dawn, not Spectre Dawn, Cobra tried it a second time, but this time he's hung the 8 ball, so now there's really nowhere to hide other than just tuck that 7 ball up the rail a couple inches. In fact, I don't think he can do that. He's going to have to hit it face on and try and use the 9. So that's worked out well, but there's a chance this could get kicked in. Well, it's still finished really awkward, although clearly he's going to be playing the combo. But, and I don't know that he wants to bang this. I mean, I think he wants to make sure he's not going to do anything to scratch off this 7 ball. But he would much rather be playing this 7 ball onto the 8 and just keeping it there or thereabouts, but it doesn't look that he's doing that. He's going for the cut. What a shot. I mean, the combo was actually a lot easier, I think. You know, if you got that in a reasonable line there, I think the 8 ball could do nothing other than go in, but he took on the tougher shot, gets the reward, all square 6 apiece. And that is dry. And what's more, it's a pretty good table. Apart from the 5 and where the 4 ball is. That's the only real issue that's going to prevent Cobra taking this out, I think. Well, it's 3.5 hours old. I said it'd be more than 3.5 hours. It's usually, 3.5, 3.75 hours. He's gone a wee bit straight, but I don't think it makes a great deal of difference. That's not the problem. The problem's how he comes off the 4 ball. Now, he could do 2 things. He could try and get really cute, finish top side of the 5, like there, where he is right now, or he could just dink out into the table and leave the combo. Now, to me, the combo looks a lot easier than trying to get really good in the 5. But he's trying to get really good in the 5, and he's gone on top of it, which is what he didn't want. He wanted to miss it. Now, what's he left? Well, he's just going to dink it. And I think Spectre Dawn's got to get up and down here, has he not? In fact, is the 8 ball in the way, maybe? I think that's the problem there. I think the 8 ball's in the way. Cobra's maybe got a few days off work, you never know. Oh, it's the cue ball. Oh, God. Well, that's what Cobra was trying to do where the 8 ball was earlier on. Oh, I thought he was at, that's a foul, that's hit the 7. So Cobra's getting the reward to defend his lead here and stop the run of racks for Spectre Dawn. I think I'm trying to remember that I think that one of the last Friday night 9 balls I played in, I got to the final and I played Spectre on the final and got my arse handed to me. Like 9-5 or something like that. It's on there in the stats somewhere. But that was a few years ago. Right, so we'll give this rack to Cobra. I'm just going to annoy people by giving you a refresher when you get this damn thing to work. 2023. This is just so that you can mark your card as far as what is on. Right, so we had the match earlier today that I said would be a bloodbath, and it ended up with a bloodbath between Cobra and Christian. It was 13-0 to Cobra, hence why Cobra now plays Bill. We've got the match between Spudboy and Azeric, which is at 3 PM tomorrow afternoon. I won't be doing that one. I'll be trucking at the time. Then we've got Bill and Cobra. That's at 8 PM tomorrow night, so that should be after the league night's all finished with. Then we have Vince's and Interchange X, which is at 1:30 AM in the morning, my time, Sunday. So hopefully Slim, or if not Slim, Steve is there to catch it, because I would like to see it when I get home from work on Sunday. Excuse me. And One Pocket Slim against Semi-Pro. That is on the Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. So we've got some very good matches coming up here. I'll be there for that. We've got Albinario Spectre on Tuesday evening at 8:30. Now, although that's fairly late for me, that's fine, because I'm finished on Tuesday morning and then I'm off the Wednesday, Thursday. So, you know, that could have been midnight. I'd still be there for it. So that's everything that's available. No, I can do it at end of matches, but I'm doing it now so that I've got you. When there's at least 9 people here on YouTube, there's no point in doing it when there's only 3 people and everybody's pissed off to bed. You've got to get a hold of the viewers while they're there. And I know it annoys you, and that's the other reason I do it. In fact, I'll tell you something else that annoys you. There's nothing as good as a bit of shit stirring. When's the next Euro Truck stream? I'll tell you, at the moment I have got 180 odd miles still to go in a trip that I'm doing at the moment. And I'm then looking for a job that's going to take me on that death road I want to show you. I did a video on it before, but it was a few years ago, but I want to do it in the truck that I've got at the moment. And I guarantee you I'll probably fall off the mountain more than once. That's how bad this death road is. I swear to God. It's a killer. It's only about, I'm telling you, it's only about 31 miles this trip. But it will take 3 hours at least to do it. When you see the state of the bloody road that you're on. I mean, this is a proper death road. If you think the death road in Bolivia was a death road, that's got nothing in this thing going to try and drive. I want to do it in daylight as well, so I've got to get the timing right. I don't want to be doing it at night. It'd be actually totally impossible to do it at night. No, this is a, well, in actual fact, although it's on this harsh Russian map that I use quite a bit, it's actually it's set in, I think it is set in Bolivia, and if you look at the name of the two locations that's on it and you go to Google Earth, you will find that those two locations do exist. So although I'm pretty sure that the road isn't like the road that he's done in this game. This road is just something you could not drive on in real life. You could do it in a car probably, but to actually do it in a truck with a big trailer behind you, no way. This is just, you'd be dead. Simple as that. You'd barely get a mile and you'd be dead. Well, we might be going all the way here. That's 3 hours and 37 minutes. But it won't take long because Spectre Dawn's now on the hill. Four ball goes in, one ball stays handy, cue ball in the middle of the table. It's all over, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's what it is. Well, Albie's brake's been shit. So anything from Albie's an improvement. You know, if Albie's brake's working and everything else works as good as it's been working so far, then he's going to be very, very tough to beat. Well, Cobra has his chance to take this all the way. He's had a quick look at the 3. It goes past the 7, but it's tight. It's tight if you're not right behind it. That's the problem with this shot on the 3 ball. But I don't think he could have landed any better. Now he is straight. Now he might just stop this cue ball and play that 5 ball straight up table. I don't see him doing anything else more elaborate than that. Well, I thought it was all over, but apparently not. We're going to go all the way unless there's a disaster. Well, here's hoping everybody turns up tomorrow night for the 9 ball league. It's only really 2 hours out of your day. Or 3.5 hours if you're Steve. So remember, folks, this is Cobra playing shit, as he said he has been. And he's got every chance of doing over Spectre Dawn for the second time. Am I right in saying that? Because they know it's a heat match. So here we go. What do you want? A ball and a shot. The usual. Well, he's got a ball. Oh, the 1 ball's gone in as well. And he's got a cut in the 3. But he's got a major problem here. And the major problem is the 8 ball. Apart from the fact the 6 ball is a problem as well. you can't get to that 8 ball to make the cut. You'll cut it to the rail. So there's a bit of bumping needed here. Well, if he gets the angle in the 5, he can certainly bump the 6. Does he want to bump the 6, or does he want to play the billiard off the 6 onto the 7? Now what he's got there, can he roll forward without chipping that 6? Or does he want to make the decision to bump the 6? Because if you got yourself into the table, you could play the billiard off the 6 onto the 7. Let's see what he does. Well, he's went for the pot in the 5, billiarded the 7 in, and would you believe it, he's ended up with a bloody shot. Well, I'm just glad you're not in my team, Brain Flout, because I panic when players aren't here at 4:45. I like everybody to be here in plenty of time. Well, the bank is on, that's obvious. And he's not going to turn that down. So this could be the match winner. Well, he's still going to have to dig out a pot now. He's going to have to stun this in to stay the top of the 8 ball. He doesn't want the cue ball to be running loose, when these are always dodgy at this sort of angle, when you're having to make that stun to hold the cue ball. You see he's digging in now, and this is why these are very missable. In fact, I don't think he could have missed it any worse than that. And it's good night, Vienna. Well, I don't think there's many tournaments where you could play, Spectre Dawn twice and beat them on the same night. But Cobra's done it. Well, as was said, Cobra doesn't play in many of these, but he's came out on top tonight after 3 hours and 45 minutes. Cobra wins by 9 racks to 8, so well done to him. Unlucky to Spectre Dawn, almost got the revenge, but that last cutback was just one too many. Really tough. So that is it for tonight, folks. Good luck to Bill and Cobra tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to Albinario and Spectre Dawn on Tuesday evening at 8:30 GMT. I hope you can all join us for that. So I will say good night and take care, and I will see you all again, hopefully over the weekend, hopefully tomorrow night as well. So that is it.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
Trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Good night, ladies.